What's up, sneakerheads? I'm Chase.
And I'm Landon. Today we're going to be giving you everything you need to know about the Adidas Yeezy Boost 350 V2 Lite and how to All right, so first, thanks for stopping by to check us out. If this is your first time here, feel free to hit that subscribe or follow button and give this video a like, and we would greatly appreciate that. But now let's go ahead and start off with the basic info for this release before we move on. So these 350s are set to release on Saturday, August 28th with a retail price of $220. And these will be releasing on a few different sites at various times kind of throughout that morning. And we're going to get to that in a minute. And then for sizing, I'm only seeing men's sizing right now. But I do think that some preschool sizes should be releasing for $160. And then infant sizes or like toddler sizing would be down at $140, and that should be loading here pretty soon. But that pretty much covers the date and the time. So let's take a closer look at the overall design for these and the reason for the hype on these shoes. All right, so checking out the design and the hype around this release, it was a pretty quiet month for July for Yeezy release dates. You did have the Yeezy Day restock thrown in there, but this 350 V2 model is finally set to release this weekend, and I am pretty pumped for it. So on the surface, this colorway does look pretty simple. It's sort of like an off-white or a cream midsole. Same thing with that overlay or the upper on those. But what makes this colorway a little bit different is that whenever you get them under UV light, such as the sun, the stripe that runs across the upper, it heats up and it turns more of like a dark yellow, almost like a gold color. And that's a really sweet concept in my opinion. We've seen Nike start to put out some models like that. Like different heat reactive Air Forces, Dunk Lows, even some Jordan 1 mids recently dropped with that same type of theme. So I'm definitely here for that. It's kind of crazy to think about just like all you can do with shoes. And now this color change and like auto lacing, they got all kinds of different stuff like that. It definitely adds to the hype on just shoes in my opinion. But that pretty much covers the design on these. So now I'll let Chase take over so he can let you know what sites are releasing these, what the aftermarket looks like, and your best chance on how to cop a pair.
All right, we are back with another Yeezy 350 release, and personally, I do really like this colorway compared to some of the previous releases. But anyways, let's look at potentially where these 350s will be releasing and at what times. So at the time of this recording, the only sites that are confirmed to be dropping these 350s is Adidas Confirmed, DTLR, Shoe Palace, and Yeezy Supply. But don't get discouraged. We are still far out from the release date. And looking back at the 350 Mono Ice release, here are some other retailers that are expected to release this 350 as well. So looking at the potential retailers, there should be plenty of opportunities to cop a pair of Yeezys this upcoming Saturday. But moving on, let's look at the average sale prices on the aftermarket. Now, like I said before, we are still far out from the release day, so sale prices are a little inflated. But starting off at StockX is at an average selling price of $380. Goat's sitting at $375. eBay is at $480, but there was only one sale, and Flight Club is at $380. Now, if you are watching this closer to the release date, the average sales might have changed, so definitely visit howtocop.shoewear.co for the most up-to-date info. So now let's get into the nitty-gritty of stock numbers and really analyze what we should be expecting. Usually with other releases like Jordan's, Nike is relatively predictable on stock depending on the availability of sizes and how many confirmed retailers are releasing pairs. But when it comes down to Yeezy, they can be really all over the place. So instead of giving you guys just a random number and calling it a day, let's dive into the Mono Ice release and see what the data shows. So what you guys are seeing right now is stock distribution between some of the retailers that release the Mono Ice colorway. The graph gives you guys a better idea of how limited sizes really are. Now you guys can pause and rewind the video if you'd like to go more in detail, but the overall trend is sizes 9 through 11 have the most stock, and everything else is quite limited. As for my resale prediction though, I predict these Yeezys to do better than a typical 350, so I am predicting resale to be around $280 to $300. That should net you a profit between $30 and $50 per pair. Now, I do want to take a quick second and remind you guys, if you do like this type of content and you want to see more, please consider either following us or subscribing, and definitely like the video for the algorithm. But it's now time to see if you should hold or sell this light colorway. Now, should you hold or sell this Yeezy 350 colorway? In my opinion, I still think this is a sell. Even though Adidas is mixing it up by having that Yeezy stripy UV reactive, which personally I think is a cool touch, I really don't think this feature is really going to affect resale value in the long run. So at this rate, Yeezy 350 resale and even Jordan 1s are acting in a similar cycle where if it's just a different colorway and there's nothing else that changes structurally to it, it really performs like the previous models. So just to wrap everything up, definitely sell as soon as you can to maximize your margins if you cop.
All right, so that's going to wrap it up for episode 46 of How to Cop for this Yeezy 350 Lite. Thank you guys for stopping by to check us out. And for more sneaker news, our available shoes for sale, and just anything that we do, click the link in our bio and check that out.
Also, feel free to comment, interact below to let us know what shoe you want to hear about next. But until next episode,
Peace.